This is GACenter, your look at the Grand Arena Championships of content creators from around the globe. Here are your hosts, Flair from Gaming Embers and the Nev from the Escape Podcast.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, content creators, whoever's out there watching, welcome to GACenter. This is the first episode. We've done episodes before, yes, I know, we've done pilots, we've done test screamers, but this is the first one. This is the actual one. Are you excited, Fleck? Because I know I am, mate.
Oh, it's great. And honestly, like we're looking at this first week. Number one, we're back to 5v5. Everyone felt like 3v3 took forever. So it's a good sigh of relief to come back to 5v5.
Yes,
isn't it?
Yes.
But yeah, we've got a lot of people to talk about today.
We do. Do you want to get through the pleasantries at the start? You know, the talk about various different bits and pieces.
Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. So guys, during the course of this episode, we will try to let people know about subscriptions and follows and bits and stuff in the chat. At the end of the show, however, we will take a little bit of time to thank everyone who did support the show during the course of the time. We just won't have any alerts going on the screen. So if you do support us during the course of the show, we thank you very much. Paul is in chat and we'll be helping to say thank you. But wait till the end of the show. We'll thank you personally.
Okie dokie. Right. Oh, you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Tell me you're ready.
I'm excited. Let's.
Okay.
Oh God, yes. Just start with me.
Let's get it going because you know who we're starting with.
Yeah.
Okay. It's Gaming Embers. Flip. That's you, isn't it?
Hi
Isn't
there.
that you?
Hi there.
Isn't that you? That's you, right?
That is me. It is me.
Okay. So, well. Hey, look, you had a decent round one. You did romp away in round one to a flawless victory. You left your opponent for dust.
Mm-hmm.
But round two was not as good, though, was it? And you did suffer a couple of losses. You did suffer a couple of. Who was that? Palpatine, wasn't it? 2 losses to a Palpatine.
Yeah.
Team.
Yeah. You know, I tried to get cute.
Yeah.
And that didn't work.
But round three, you came good. Good. You had an undersized walkthrough. Despite getting timed out, I mean, you did get timed out against a first order, but you finished with a flurry. 5 out of 7 undersized wins. So, yeah, you did pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Palpatine will stop the flare. Bulldog is up next. So Bulldog is number one. We're having to do some fun stuff. Bulldog and I are the only 2 people in Div 6 right now. But when we look at Bulldog, number one, you compare me to Bulldog? No. But he had a solid full week. He had 3 full clears. He tried to get a little cute doing a JKA solo against the Dames of Dathomir in round 2 though, and fell short. But his defenses did really good. You know, five defensive holds. His fleet in round 2 took all but 1 of them. And his Shock T clones taking another hold. Really just did a solid job. Again, much better than I did. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, so we're on to Commander Cody here. Now, round 1, flawless victory. And he even got a hold on his Geos, which, you know, that's that 1 solitary hold. No losses, nice flawless victory. Round 2, though, was a bit of a battle of the banners with both him and his opponent going for undersized wins. But Cody got the flawless victory there as well, outscoring his opponent. And round 3 was another flawless victory. Every battle, except for his ships, was an undersized victory. So really, really, really solid week 1 from Commander Cody.
All right, the Lone Gunman started out just a little rough this week. He took 4 battles in round 1 and missed the full clear. He lost 4 of them. his JKR and his bugs could not take down a Darth Revan team. It also his CLS just fell short on a on this weird Darth Maul mashup team. And then tried to take the Newt Seps against the Dames of Dathomir. Thankfully, though, opponent didn't even attack. We're gonna find a common trend this week that there was a lot of no-shows. And Gunman is definitely one of those. He completely slaughtered the next 2 rounds. He had another no-show round 2, and got another hold in round 3. But that round 1 was just a rough start. But after that, he was just fine.
Bringer of Death. Now, my heart goes out to him because he did not have a good week. He didn't have a good week. Round 1 started off bad as he ended up throwing in the towel after 4 losses. So, yeah, not a good round 1. Round 2 went okay, but not perfect, as he picked up the win. But again, he didn't get that full clear. But he did finish with a flourish in round 3. He picked up a flawless victory. Helped with the which really helped with his week's total banner score. So yeah, he's got a lot of work to do this month.
Brain Kill just completely slaughtered in round 1. He went in and showed his foe in round 1. Just don't mess with him. Full clear. Got tons of underdogs. He got the Malik solo on the Dames of Dathomir. His opponent just did not have anything to clear a single territory. Round 2 was a no-show again. But he had one falter against the clones, and but other than that, he did a Nest solo to clean up to finish it off. Another Malik solo against Old Republic. Round 3, he underdogged so many things. Got a couple of defensive holds with his bugs and his fleet. Excellent job, Brain Kill.
Ooh, we're missing one. Where's Stone? Oh no, we're talking about the violent. What am I talking about? This is the division. You know why? You know why I messed that up, don't you? Because we've combined 5 and 6 together. So, as Flair mentioned at the beginning of the show, we did originally have a separate Division 5 and a separate Division 6. But basically, what happened between the 3v3 and the 5v5s is we've had some promotions. We've had a couple of people getting promoted and we've had somebody drop out, unfortunately. See, what we've done, because the number of defenses and the number of offenses set are the same, we've combined Division 5 and 6, because it would look stupid if it was just Bulldog and Flair in Division 6. And, as Flair said, he'd probably get his butt handed to him. But as you can see, the final standings are looking pretty good. Commander Cody is sat right there at the top because of all of those flawless victories that he picked up. But Brain Kill is snapping at his heels.
Yeah, Brain Kill is literally just right behind him. Just that one loss, just all it would take, and Brain Kill will be right at the top.
Yeah, Bringer of Death. He didn't get the full clears. Hopefully he'll come good later on in the season. Okay, let's move on to the next division. Stone 14. Okay, this guy is someone that I said is one to watch, and he really is. He started off the week with a flawless victory, got his opponent to quit after only 2 battles. But round 2 was where he really turned on the shine with another flawless victory and 10 defensive holds. 10 of those holds were they were just brilliant. He got holds with his Shakti, his clones, his bounty hunters, his GG Seps. Really solid defense and a flawless victory. So the guy knows his offense and his defense, and he finished off the week with a full clear. He did get, that's where his loss came in, so he didn't get a flawless victory, but again he picked up another full defensive hold. So really good week for Stone.
If we're going by defensive holds, Stone would be up there.
Yeah, definitely.
But if we're going next up, we've got Renard, and man, Renard just had not a fun week. Just if we look at looking at round 3 alone, he threw 11 teams at crew, and literally just didn't have the brass to finish it off. Didn't get the full clear in that round. He lost a ton of banners doing that. Literally, like we said, 11 of his losses came from that round alone. The full clear cost him tons of banners.
Okay. Well, Olimar, cracking week. Round 1, round 2, flawless victories. I mean, it didn't hurt that neither of his opponents didn't show. 2 no-shows. So he got a round 1 and a round 2 no-show. But round 3 was boss, though. Not only did he get the flawless victory, but his defenses were really, really put to the test. Yeah, they destroyed. He just destroyed his opponent, his DR squad, and his negotiator. So really, really good showing from Olimar.
All right, Moyo. Moyo is one of the few triple crowns we have this week. Triple crown being 3 full clears, no losses, 3 wins. Round 1 was a no-show. Round 2, his opponent tried to take a Wampa against Phoenix and just could not do it. And then his bounty hunters on round 3 just stalled out so much. Got 4 holds between his bounty hunters, his Wampa, and his dames. But yeah, no, the first of many triple crowns this week. It's exciting to see just who all has done this.
GA Archive, as you can see, zeros. Big, fat Freddy. Nothing. We don't know if he didn't bother or if he got bugged out, but nothing for Void this week.
Man, that's quick. All right. Ronta Andy Beads, Canadia's favorite son. Of course, he procrastinated hard as usual. Round 1 was tough for him. He had to 2-tap JKR team. He couldn't get past an old Republic Karth team with his Empire. He couldn't get the full clear. Round 2 and round 3 were much better. He did get wins on those as well. He had to 2-tap the fleet in round 2, but he did just enough to take the win. Even though he couldn't get the full clear in round 3, he got a lot of holds, kept his opponent out of the bottom territories, and kept him just high enough above the water to score 2 wins. So, but yeah, the lack of full clears really hurts him right now.
Yeah. Not getting those full clears can definitely hurt you. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, on to Vendetta. Now, he started off the week with a nice, clean, full clear. Only 1 loss, which, you don't have to get the flawless victories. It just sounds nice. But he did follow up in round 2 with a flawless victory. And when he got to round 3, I mean, he was just in full swing. He powered through his final round with a flawless victory, and he really, really turned the shine on with Malik and Nest solos. And that's Division 4.
Mm-hmm.
And we are looking at some... it is close. It's very, very close at the top. Olimar and Vendetta, less than 50 points in it. The Master Procrastinator, at least he's not at the bottom. He's not rock bottom. But,
he's not rock bottom, but yeah, he procrastinated hard. Sorry, Commander.
Look, you just need to get a few more full clears. That's the difference between top and the bottom. I think by the end of the season, it's going to be dependent on how many full clears you don't do and do not get. So yeah, but obviously this is only 1 week, and as the weeks progress, we'll either see people pulling away or people will get close. So yeah, but Olimar, Vendetta, Moyo. Yeah, that's close. Less than 100 banners between the top 3, so it's going to be a good season for Division 4, I think.
Mm-hmm. All right, we have Yeti, our favorite Yeti, and his even the more favorite cat companion. They had smooth sailing this week in GAC. Round 1 and 2 were full clears and not a sight from his opponents. He didn't get the full clear in round 3. But his Night Sisters did 5 holds. And then even after that, he had another hold from I forget, I want to say it was his fleet. But when you have the ladies taking care of your defenses, why do you even have to worry? He left it with 3-0, and I think the cat did most of the death and destruction, but we'll just say the Yeti did it, right?
Okay, so unfortunately, Marco was a no-show, but Marco got bugged out. It wasn't that he didn't join. It's happened to the best of us. It's happened to me on a couple of my accounts on more than one occasion. You join, but you just get bugged out. So unfortunately, Marco got bugged out this week. So yeah, he's got a lot of catching up to do this month.
And oh, this is okay. This is strange. You know, we have a lot of people not showing up. Clearly, there might be a mistake. You know, but I'm also looking at SWGOH right now, and I don't have anything for Jedi Luke. So yeah, we have nothing.
Yeah, we got nothing for this guy. We got nothing. He was there for 3v3. He wasn't there at the start of 5v5. So hey, hopefully he'll come back. Oh, Jakey. My fellow Brit. What can I say about him? Good score. Started off round 1 with a flawless victory. It didn't hurt him that his opponent didn't fight back at all. He got a bit cheeky in round 2, though, attempting a solo
again.
No. This time he tried a solo with HK, and it didn't go well. It did. He still got the full clear, but that cheeky solo with HK cost him a flawless victory. And round 3 was a bit scrappy. He still got the full clear, but he picked up 4 losses, so total of 5 losses. But still got the full clear. So yeah, job's a good one.
All right, Geek Girl did okay this week. Had a couple of trouble spots here and there. She ran into an Embo lead bounty hunters team, and JTR just didn't have the stuff for it. Tried to do couple other battles. She had a Farm Boy Luke team with some bounty hunters that couldn't take down the bears. Opponent didn't get the full clear either. So she still got some holds. Round 2 was just a slog to get through. She had to 3-tap a Karth team and 3-tap a Chimera fleet. Round 3 was better though. She had a solid wall of bugs. She had clones, and she had some rebels. Got 8 defensive holds on round 3. And even though, again, she had to 3-tap an Executrix fleet, she came out with the win in round 3.
Fortmore. Now, yeah, Fortmore did beautifully. I mean, he really, really did well. Excellent start, flawless victory. Followed that up in round 2 with another flawless victory. And what do you know? Finished up round 3 with another flawless victory, giving him another triple crown. Now, I have it in good authority that he picked up a couple of triple crowns when he was doing his 3v3. So he likes to go for his flawless victories, and you can tell because he's not getting as many holds as some of the other people that will be showcasing during the show. So he's probably got maybe 1 or 2 teams that he's kind of like fingers crossed, hoping that they will hold for him, but he tends to go for all-out offense with very, very little in defense. But hey, it worked for him. Nice big banner score.
Absolutely. Boma came out with victory in mind for round 1. And he only stumbled once to Padme Graka Republic team. Considering that his opponent didn't get the full clear, that's acceptable. Round 2 was tough for him though. He had to do 4 battles to take down a Padme as well. Padme's really just been rough for him this week. Now, the clones held a battle as well, so he had to take 2 teams against that. But he had a no-show in round 2. Again, a common trend. Lots of no-shows. Round 3 was the end of the bad luck, hopefully, because he had to do 4 attempts against the negotiator fleet, and Kenobi negotiated his way through all 4 of them and is still standing to this day. So, yeah.
9 losses is going to hurt you. 9 losses is going to hurt you. Well, that's what Division 3 looks like. Fortmore, I mean, triple crown, flawless victories across the board. He just ran away with it this week. Absolutely ran away with it. 5,722. So yeah, he's stamping down his authority. It's like I'm here to stay, and I'm going to take some. He's going to take some names with him definitely. Yeah, Geek Girl. I mean, they scored low, but they didn't score as low as Jedi Luke and Marco. Those guys, if they come back in week 2, they have got some serious catching up to do. They need just flawless victory after flawless victory after flawless victory, and they just kind of got to keep their fingers crossed that the other people in their division just trip up somewhere, it's easy to trip up. It's easy to get a win without the full clear, but they're going to need a lot of that.
Absolutely. And we are on to Div 2, and we are starting off with Wrangler. He had to wrangle his way through some tough fights this week. The home 1 rebels completely shut him down in round 1. But all of the ground units got the full clear. Round 2, he had an issue with a Nutini bomb, but he redeemed himself and squeaked out with a 6-banner win in that round. And then even though in round 3, he had to do 3 battles against Grand Admiral Thrawn and a bunch of Empire units, the lack of participation meant that he got the round 3 win without much of an issue.
Whatever. I don't know how to say this, guys, but it's so much easier. Whatever. Whatever is actually in the same alliance as me. He's an ANZGC alliance member, so it was nice. It was nice to be able to add him to this. Picked up a comfortable win in round 1, full clear with only 1 loss. But as you can see, there was a total of 14 losses. And it was round 2 where disaster struck because, oh my God, he just failed to make it to his opponent's fleet. He lost 10 times to a GG team and just did not have the minerals to make it to fleet. So, yeah, that's where he lost a lot of banners. But he did pick himself back up in round 3 with a solid full clear and the other 3 losses. So just that round 2 that tripped him up, really.
I hate that I have to cover you. Round 1 for this bloke was just not an issue at all. You got 3 defensive holds. His bears, you've been putting your bears with the shiny golden god, and
yes,
it's working.
It's working.
Your bears, the Old Republic, your Akbar, they all managed to hold a battle each. Round 2 though, the mentality of do what you know bit you in the butt a little bit, didn't it? Yeah. You always say that your bugs can handle the sisters just fine, and this isn't the only time this week that the bugs did not.
RNG Gods screwed me. It's as simple as that. The RNG Gods screwed me. The RNG Gods totally screwed me over.
Round 3 though, dude, it kicked you in the teeth a little bit, didn't it?
God, yeah.
Your GG could not take a Darth Revan team. Again, your bugs lost to the sisters. And your CLS just didn't have what it takes to take a JKR down.
No.
You got a hold in the fleet, but it wasn't enough for the win.
No, it wasn't.
Clearly, this is a sign. I think the RNG gods are telling you that your bugs need to stop trying to take out the ladies. They are strong, independent females, and clearly you're going to kick your stinky bugs to the ground.
Yeah. Whatever. Oh, so Scribe. Got a message from Scribe. Scribe's zeros. He forgot to join. That was it. He just sent me a message. Oh, forgot to join. Is that going to hurt me? And I'm like, yeah, it's going to hurt you.
Wasn't he?
You've got no banners. Of course it's going to hurt you.
I think he said he was doing modding and forgot to lock in.
Yes, he said he was modding and forgot to join. I'm sorry, but that's a very poor excuse, especially in week 1. So yeah, you are going to have to do some serious catch-up, Scribe.
All right, Rand B. His first 2 rounds were no-shows, and when we say no-show, they didn't even show up to the party and decided to just send whatever in whatever order they wanted. So he had 2 rounds of full auto deploys, and even though he had to slog through a lot, he only tripped up against the fleet in the first round. Round 2 was another fleet trip up, and both of those took a lot of attempts. But other than that, he didn't have too much of an issue. Round 3 was just lost by just a handful of banners. He had a trip up with a Phoenix team and lost a couple of units here and a couple of units there. And just those little losses just cost him the win. He did get a hold in the round, but it just wasn't enough. So less than a 15-point loss. Absolutely. So hopefully he doesn't have to deal with as many autos.
Now, still got a good banner score though, 5,662. Still a good banner score. That very respectable. Lil Gator. Now, as you can see here, he round 1 he got the win. He did get the win, but not the full clear. Unfortunately, he had a bit of trouble with his opponent's fleet, and he just couldn't clear it. He just could not clear it. But he did make up for that in round 2 with a win and a full clear. He only got 3 losses. So it was, his offense wasn't as on game as it could be, but he just totally made up for that in round 3. He really stamped his authority down hard in the final round against his opponent. I think he'd had enough of round 1 and round 2, and it's like, you know what, I ain't taking prisoners, and he picked up a flawless victory against his opponent. After his opponent his opponent gave up after 1 battle. I mean, that's how much he stamped down his authority in that 3rd round. His opponent just looked at what he did and lost that 1 battle and thought, yeah, my opponent's full cleared me. He's hit me with a flawless victory. I ain't going to win this. He just gave up.
And next we have Jigabachi. Gotta say, first off, Jigabachi got a new haircut this week, and he is rocking it. But he also managed to 3-0 this week. Unfortunately, they weren't the cleanest of wins. Round 1, he had to deal with the Dames again. The Dames, I think, if we had to have an MVP team for losses against and holds for, I think the sisters did a lot of that work this week. But he also lost to Padme in the first round. He had 2 losses. His GG held for 4 battles though, and that was solid defenses for him. His bugs took another, and his malevolence also took down a negotiator on defense. Round 2 was a clean sweep. His boss held for 2 battles. His palp got a hold as well, and round 3 was another clean sweep. And his negotiator held strong with 3 battles. So keep rocking the hair and keep rocking the wins. Keep rocking battles.
Bisweeze. Right, okay. Now, Biscuit Weasel seriously had a really, really good week. But my God, was it close. I mean, like, ridiculously close. I mean, round 1 wasn't the closest start, but I mean, he won it by 6 banners. 6 banners. I mean, the 1 loss that he had nearly cost him that round. But his opponent also lost as well. So a round 1 victory by only 6 banners. Round 2 got a full clear, but he got cocky. He got very cocky with a couple of undersized attempts, and both those undersized attempts cost him 2 losses. He definitely could have done without that, but he still got the full clear. Now, round 3 was it's just one of those. You get to the end of the round and you look at the banner count and you're like, oh! So yeah, he was very unfortunate to win round 3. He lost it by 2 banners. He didn't lose. He did not lose a single battle. But what happened was his opponent just hit him with more undersized victories. So it was a battle of the undersized victories. Bisweeze, he'd obviously, he'd been caught out in round 2 with a couple of cheeky undersized that didn't pull off. He didn't try the same thing again in round 3. His opponent did, and unfortunately, it cost him the round by 2 banners. But still, even without the win, 5,741 banners is a very, very respectable end. And there's the table.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah. I know what you're thinking. I'm
Hey,
not thinking it.
Biscuit, rub this in his face for as long as you can this week.
Hey, look, I'm liking where the table's sitting at the moment. Okay, I like where the table is sat. You sure Bisweez is at the top with 5741. I'm only a hop, skip, and a jump behind him at 5665. Ram B is like nipping
Right
at my
behind
heels.
you. He is on your tail.
He is nipping at my heels. I can see a little bit of rivalry kicking up between me and Ram B, definitely for next week. And then look how close Wrangler to whatever is. I mean, it's like there's less than 100 banners. Less than 100 banners between 4th and 7th. So yeah, really, really, really tight one. This really, really tight one. So yes,
that's the
so
end of our lower divisions.
That is our lower division. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to get into the big boy divisions. We're going to get into the big boy divisions, aren't we, Flair?
Oh yes, we've got Div 1, and there's a lot in Div 1. Let me just say that.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
See you on the other side.
SWGOH.GG is your one-stop site for the raw data behind the game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. From complete gear lists to intuitive stats behind all of your favorite holotable heroes. SWGOH.GG has it all. With a .GG account, you can get a complete view of your own roster, see how you match up against other players, and even check out the history of your own Grand Arena Championship matches. You can also see what your opponent used on you to give you a better understanding of counters and team compositions to improve your gameplay. Did you know that they also have some great Patreon features as well? Ad-free browsing of their site, guild information, and manual information requests are included in their 3 levels of Patreon support. Check out the site for more details. That's SWGOH.GG. Unleash your holotable potential today.
Did you know that if you signed up to become a Patreon, you could get tons of rewards? Force Ghost Scotty could do a roster review for you. Neil Andrew Air could share Grand Arena tactics. Or Paul could even help you get maximum stars in Geonosis Territory Battle. And you even get access into the after show. Sound good? Sign up to be a Patreon today. For as little as $2 a month, you could unlock a ton of potential content and also get closer to the hosts. Head to patreon.com/The Escape Pod to sign up.
Have you been interested in getting items 3D printed but haven't wanted to buy one of those expensive printers? Are you looking for a literally one-of-a-kind tech gift gadget? Evil Genius 3D Printing and Gadgets is your one-stop shop for both of those items. Nerd-owned and Escape Pod approved, put Lenny the Evil Genius to work for you. If you can dream it, he could possibly make it. Contact Lenny at evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com for more information. That's evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com. Get something unique in your hands.
And welcome back. Welcome back. It's the second segment where we cover all the big boys. We're talking all the Div 1 heavy hitters. So let's just jump straight into it, Flair. Who've we got?
We got Spartan Easy, and he started with a no-show on round 1, who decided to let the cards play out however they wished and auto-deployed. Had some odd teams to deal with and cost him 3 battles because of that. Round 2 was not nice. He only got 2 wins that round, and even though his Darth Revan held for 2 battles, it just was not enough to make up for the fact that he had a lot more territories cleared. You can just tell by the numbers. He only got 7 wins. And man. And unfortunately, round 3, he just wasn't present. He took the loss.
Yeah, that's that looks like it was not an easy week. That must have hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're on to Wiggins Bog. Now, you can see from the wins, the losses, and the holds, he had a very good week. Round 1, flawless victory. Round 2, flawless victory. Beat out his opponent with ruthless efficiency, with a hell of a lot of undersized wins. And I do mean a hell of a lot of undersized wins. But he didn't finish off the week with the Triple Crown. because in round 3, his Darth Revan team fell to his opponent's Darth Revan team. He still got the full clear, but that was his one single loss, and it hit him right where it hurt, right in round 3, right at the end of the week. So yeah, unfortunately, didn't pick up the Triple Crown, but maybe another week. Definitely someone to watch for future Triple Crowns, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And okay, let me tell you, so many auto deploys this week. The Heartthrob, the Outer Rim, didn't have to worry about much about attacks on round 1. He only dropped 2 battles because the dude didn't even attack. Round 2 was tough though. He had to 3-tap a GG team. He started off with his gas and snips, and it just wasn't enough. He thought that the imp troopers could put down the general, and unfortunately, he had to throw in Boba and this weird mishmash of characters to take him down. But unfortunately, he had to deal with a Ray, and Galactic Legends Ray just was not. He had nothing for it. He took 1 battle against it with a JKR and some other characters, and just did not do it. But round 3, he came back and he got to play with some of his toys. There's a Rogue One team that he got to throw out all the fun stuff. He had Lobot, he had Visas, he had Wampa, Gamorrean Guard, and Hoda got the clear on that one. And his Darth Revan held for a battle, and that sealed the deal for him. He got the win. So 2-1 this week, not bad. But hopefully the Heartthrob keeps on going.
Oh, we're on to Cubs Fan Han. And oh my God, did this guy have a good week? Cubs seriously had a really, really impressive week. Round 1, flawless victory. Round 2, I mean, just to mark how impressive the round 2 flawless victory was, he barely lost any health and protection. And he got a really, really good solid score. I mean, the 1921 shows just how impressive he wasn't doing a mass amount of undersizeds, so he was using full squads. But my God, the full squads, there was very, very little health and protection loss there. And he rounded off the week with a flawless victory in round 3. He really, really wasn't taking any chances, though, with the win. Full squads throughout. Wasn't going for undersized. Triple Crown for Cubs Fan Han.
Absolutely. We have another Triple Crown from Bitcoin. Absolutely smashed it this week. His Darth Revan, his Padme, his sisters, they all held in round 1. No one showed up to the party in round 2 at all. And then again, Padme, the sisters, Grievous held up in round 3. He literally is just like, okay, textbook, solid job from Bitcoin.
Black Mamba. Round 1, nice full clear. 1 loss to a bounty hunter team though. I think it was the nest. It was one of those bounty hunter teams where people throw the nest in. I think what could have probably happened in round 1 was he just assumed that it was a full bounty hunter team, because you know what it's like. Sometimes you'll just look at whoever that lead is. You'll see its boss and you think, oh, bounty hunters, I'll go in. And then he got caught off guard with the nest. Clearly that enraged him, because in round 2 he was not messing around. Flawless victory, massive score, 1937 in round 2. But unfortunately he was not able to follow that up in round 3, and he had a disastrous final round. He lost to his opponent, and he just couldn't get to the fleet. He could not get past. He could not get past door number 1, couldn't get to the fleet, and as you can see from his banner score, that really, really hurt him. I think maybe if he just saved a few more of those teams that he'd put on defense, because he got so many defensive holds. Maybe if he'd just taken a couple more of those teams that he put on defense into offense, he wouldn't have had those round 3 problems.
Nope, hopefully not. Next, we've got Ranger, and Ranger had to deal with a good couple of losses to GG. Lost to the sisters again. Seriously, the sisters are killing it this week. Yeah. And he didn't have what it takes to take on JTR either. Next round, he had the 2-tap negotiator, but he got his bugs to hold for a battle, which was good. He also had GL Ray, held 2 battles without falling at all, and but still had to deal with the sisters. The sisters have been a problem for most people, it seems like, amongst our creators. Having a 2-shot in round 3. So Ranger, hopefully you have an easier time talking to ladies next time.
And we're on to going nerdy, fellow Tepsia. He had it was a bit of a mixed bag. It was a bit of a mixed bag for
Just
going
a little
nerdy.
bit.
Just a little bit. I mean, he got the full clear in round 1, but he still lost to his opponent by 1 loss. That one loss
man.
cost him the round, but he still got the full clear, so he still got those banners. Round 2 though picked up round 2 though was tough. It was a hard fought one, but he did pick up the win against an auto deployed team. But he again on this one, it was a really, really tough auto deploy, so he didn't get the full clear. Got the win, didn't get the full clear. Sometimes those auto deploys, they can just slam that full clear in your face. They really, really can. But he did finish the week strong. Round 3 picked up a full clear with only 3 losses. So, well, yeah, bit of a mixed bag for Thaddeus this week. But he still got some decent banners. A lot of losses though, a hell of a lot of losses. The majority of those losses were during that auto deployed round 2. But you did all right, Thad. You did all right, mate.
Yeah, and again, chat. Yes, this it literally does say 31, and you can check the SWGOH to prove it. But next we've got Gridsy. We got Gridden. The Grid, arguably the best, some of the best hair in SWGOH. When you look at his stuff, he had a couple of losses this week. Just taking a look at his actual results, got stuck behind a GL Ray in round 1. He had to 2-tap some bugs. And round 2 was rough. He lost a couple of underdogs. There's a lot of underdogs in round 2. That even though he got the full clear, just the amount of banners won from the underdogs gave enough for his opponent to take round 2. And round 3, he had to deal with an auto deploy. And man,
Whoa. An auto deploy in round 3?
Yeah, he had to deal with an auto, which means the
Wow.
dude autoed the entire time.
Okay.
But he got 3 holds on his fleet defense in round 3. So seriously, like again, the amount of auto deploys this week, the amount of no shows, it's maybe it's a week 1 issue, but hopefully we start to see some actual team placements, some people actually taking some time to set some defense and just saying, "Oh, screw it, we'll just let the computer decide."
Let the AI decide. Yeah, AI is not your friend. Oh, we're on to MacLeod, the mod maestro, the man who can fix your squad mods. But let's see, how did he do? Banner score, not amazing. Not amazing at all. I mean, he started off round 1 very powerfully. Very, very powerfully. He got a flawless victory, and there was a Galactic Legend Ray in there. So you instantly think, if you're starting the week, round 1, flawless victory, and you take out a Galactic Legend Ray, you're thinking, yeah, I'm sitting pretty here. But round 2 suffered a really, really heavy defeat against his opponent, only winning 1 battle. Came up against a slacker in round 2, and yeah, it was a very, very problematic slacker. Round 3, picked himself up, but still lost to his opponent. Not through anything really that he could have done any different. His opponent just picked up a flawless victory. But the full clear that MacLeod got was still good and was still very good for the ban account, because he needed that, because his round 2 ban account was just, it was non-existent. So he came good towards the end.
Man, next we've got Moon, and let me tell you, round 1 was not pretty to Moon. He literally threw the kitchen sink and everything at a Shock T Clones team. And finally, finally managed to do something with it. It took a mall team with Sith Trooper and some other stuff, but finally got past it, got the ships. He still got the win though. Came out with it looks like a 50-point advantage. Round two, pretty good. He got the full clear, got tons of holds though. When you just look at it, actually no, he didn't get holds on this one. It's round three. The dude just didn't full clear him. But then when you get to round three, Moon did. He won again. He lost to a Darth Revan team a couple of times. Had to eventually go in with Bosk. But you got plenty of holds this time. His crew, his sisters, JTR, Grievous, Kira, so many holds from that round alone. Moon did an excellent job in terms of getting his wins. And yeah,
That's it. Pretty straightforward then, was it?
absolutely.
Good.
Besides throwing the kitchen
I like
sink
it.
at,
I like it.
clones.
I like it when my British comrades do well. I do like it when my Commonwealth compadres do well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just Ian. Oh, very, very good week. Very, very good week from the Theory Crafter extraordinaire. Round one, flawless victory. Flawless victory. Beautiful. Could not have played his round one any better. But round two, God, he came a cropper against a First Order team, a relict, Kylo Ren, and it got timed out. And that one timed out battle, it cost him the round because his opponent got a flawless victory. One timed out loss cost him round two. But round three came up and he just pounded. I mean, he pounded his opponent in the ground. Ruthless display of efficiency, getting a flawless victory in round three. So, yeah, rounded out a good week for It's Just Ian. And you can tell from his banner score, that timed out one in round two just stopped him from getting the Triple Crown, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Next, we've got DB, and dude did pretty good. He went 2-1 this week. You look at his round one, got the full clear, didn't have too many issues. In terms of defenses, though, his Hux held for a battle, and then his Kira and Scoundrels just did not let up at all. Clearly just shut everything down. You get to round two. Did better actually round two. You got a better score, got a full clear. The opponent just lost one battle. Again, Kira was his MVP this week in terms of leadership and everything. But you get to round three. Oh man, round three, he had to go up against the Galactic Legends Rey, and you see all these losses. Yeah, they're coming from Rey.
Yeah, that couldn't have been pretty. That could not have been pretty.
Yeah, it was just rough. He got a couple of holds, but Rey literally just stopped everything.
Oh, the bum of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community.
Bummies the bums.
If you've been unfortunate or fortunate, and which way, it depends on which way you look at it, to join one of Mudbum's streams at just the right or just the wrong moment, depending on how you feel. Yeah, you're gonna see Mudbum's butt. So yeah. But that doesn't detract from the fact that he had an absolutely cracking week. I mean, round one, he destroyed his opponent. And when I say he destroyed his opponent, he got a flawless victory and a whopping 1,950 banners. 1,950. Just absolutely annihilated his opponent. Mm-hmm. Round two, another flawless victory. Which took him into the final of the week. He rounded it off, Triple Crown, 3 flawless victories, and just that banner score is phenomenal. I mean, 5,799. He went all out on offense this week, as you can tell. Only the one hold, so clearly he was saving all of his best squads for offense, and it did him good. It did him justice. 3 flawless victories and
offense, and we're going to be talking to him actually in segment 3. But he likes to be using his Rey on defense a lot. But there's a particular battle in round 3 that we're going to talk about extensively here in segment 3. And we're gonna save that for that. And yeah, let's see here. Oh, all right. Well, Mobile Boomer. We already knew that he wasn't going to be participating in the GAC this week. We are hopefully we may see him this week. It really just depends on what happens. I know he has said that he's waiting on the road ahead to come out to see if he comes back, and we're gonna figure out what happens from there. But for right now, chalk it up to a 0.
End all, be all. Now, he had a close. It was a very, very close week. He got a round 1 was very, very close round. He got the win, but he didn't get the full clear. But his opponent didn't full clear either, so he still got the win, but not getting that full clear really, really hurt his banner count. Round 2, though, business as usual. Flawless victory. Very, very efficient. Very, very well done. And round 3, he finished the week with another flawless victory and a good banner score to make up for round 1. So those 2 flawless victories in round 2 and round 3 really, really made up for the fact that, round 1 just did not go his way, didn't get the full clear. So, yeah, good on him for coming back in round 2 and round 3. And there is the bottom of Division 1. So we know that Mobile Gamer's right there down at the bottom. There's a few people there in the 4,000s. Obviously, Spartan just had a nightmare week. Like, your heart really, really goes out to Spartan because he just had one of those weeks where RNG's he's not there, and it doesn't matter if you sacrifice your first child to the RNG gods. They just were not listening that week. So tough break, Spartan. But everybody else. In and around
this is also the bottom of the first. This is the bottom of the first 15.
Yeah,
so, or the first few amounts. And we're already seeing in chat people like, how are we first? This is the bottom half of it, and we're getting ready to see the top half of the standard division. We've separated this by GP.
There is the top half of Division 1. So Division 1 has 16 people. And there are 16 competitors. Obviously, it would look a bit weird if we put all 16 competitors in one table. So we're showing you the bottom first, and then we're showing you the top. So as you can see, Mudbum, that triple crown really, really did him good. He's right there at the top. Bitcoin, though, snipping at his heels. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Bitcoin also got picked up a triple crown this week, didn't he, Flair?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
2 triple crowns.
So you can see the top 3 people are all people that picked up triple crowns. So and that shows you got 50 banners between the top 3. Obviously, Cubs fan Han had a lot more defensive holds. He, if he hadn't gone so hard on his defense, maybe he could have, kept a couple more of his power hitters and picked off a few more of his opponents with undersized wins. He could be up there as well, but that's the way Division 1 is looking at the moment. But it's time to move on to the Elite Division. So.
And again, so we've mentioned this. We have so many creators in CG's definition of Division 1, and because they have decided to not split it up by GP yet, we've gone ahead and done that for them. And so we've got a good amount of people. Let's go ahead and get started. We've got
15 in the Elite, and coming in at the lowest GP for the Elite is you know who.
Paul Anthony of the Escape Podcast. He got full clears this week. He's proud of that. I know he is in chat, and he's probably doing a fist pump saying, "Woo! I actually got a full clear." He did not get. He only went 1 and 2 though. Round 1 did pretty decent. No losses. And he got a hold on his GG team. They tried. Actually, I'm looking at this, and they took a Galactic Legends Ray against his GG and lost. What? That's probably a really weak Ray. You get to round 2 though, and man, even though he got that one loss that he has came from round 2, it was his CLS against a Hux team. C3PO can't really do any damage. But when you look at his defenses, man, the dude just slaughtered it. And then we get to round 3. And again, it was a matter of banner efficiency. Paul managed to get the full clear. He had no losses, but his opponent just did a better job. Had a Malik solo. This guy knows how to Malik solo, while Paul does not know how to. So, but yeah. So Paul, best of luck to you, buddy.
So we've got Fruit Ninja.
Mhm.
Fruit Ninja, good week. Very good, solid week. Round 1, round 2, flawless victories. You can't complain. No real defensive holds. He kept his toys for offense. Unfortunately, he did not make it for a triple crown this week. He got the full clear, but he picked up some losses, and that's what cost him a flawless victory, unfortunately. So, but still, very, very good banner score for Fruit Ninja.
Scorch the Hoss. Again, you want to look at a guy who's got that wrestling feel to his streams. Scorch is there, and the dude did not lose a single round, but unfortunately, it wasn't the triple crown. He lost his round 3. When you look at round 1, again, just flawless victories. His opponents just fell short of his GG and his Slacker team. Kylo is just holding strong, especially with the buffs that he got recently. Round 2 was Kylo just slaughtered. There was absolutely nothing with Kylo. Kylo just held strong the entire time. And round 3, it hurts to see that he fell short by 4 banners. He'd gotten 5 banners. He would have been a triple crown this week. So heart goes out to you, buddy. Heart goes out to you.
And we're on to Lazy Turtle. Very close. Round 1. He only won by 6 banners. Had an epic battle with a slacker. So, getting the win and making it by 6 banners and beating a slacker, he would have been pumped. I'd have been fist pumping. So I imagine he was fist pumping. Round 2, got the full clear, but you hate to see it. He didn't get the win because of a loss to a bounty hunter team. There are teams that you just think, I should have won that, and bounty hunters is one of those. But unfortunately, he lost to the bounty hunters, and it cost him the win. Didn't cost him the full clear though. Still got the banner score, and he followed it up round 3 with a flawless victory, outscoring his opponent by 18 banners.
Next, we've got Ando, and man, Ando had a pretty decent week. In terms of his scores in some battles, he got to throw his slack around quite a bit, but didn't get full clears all the time. And that's the thing. I think when we start to see a lot of these players with Galactic Legends, you start to see that you either have complete decimation, or you are literally picking up what banners that you can get. In this case, he couldn't clear Shakti Clone's team. In round 1, he got the win though. His opponent just could not take down his Malevolence in one shot. Had to go in with a second team, and he tried to do a HK, probably a nuke team against Gas, and that just did not work. Round 2 was tough. He had to deal with the GG again. Those sisters, them ladies though. And then had to deal with the Darth Maul. Had to 2-tap that. And his opponent just clean swept him. And then round 3, when we start looking at this, he got what looks to be a full clear. His Palpatine lost against a Rey team, and had to go back in with his JKR. His opponent, while his opponent did lose a battle, it wasn't enough though. He got quite a few underdog points from the looks of it. So, but yeah, Ando, especially having that slacker, he loves his slacker, and he's gonna play with his toys.
Onto solo base. His round 1 was just a battle of the Galactic Legend Rays. That's all it was, a battle of the Galactic Legend Rays. Both he and his competitor failed to get the full clears because of each other's GL Rays. But Solo did pip his opponent at the post, and he got the win. Unfortunately, though, he suffered a really, really heavy loss in round 2 to his opponent. 6 losses. 6 losses cost him that round. And round 3, he picked himself up and got himself a flawless victory. So he got the full clear round 1. Sorry, didn't get the full clear, but got the win. Heavy loss in round 2, but like I said, he picked himself up in round 3, got the flawless victory, and believe he needed those banners, especially after round 1 and round 2.
Next is Ram Bam, proudly toting the Make Mace Great Again. Had a pretty decent first 2 rounds. Went 2-1. They only had 3 losses though. But when you look at this, he's in chat saying that Mace completely won it for him against the Geos team. And you look at it, by definition, Mace did beat a Geos team. We will let him keep on with his story. But when you look at his round 3 though, was kind of where the fun times ended a little bit. He had to Treya a Geos team, and it just did not do. It's really funny. We're starting to see that it really just luck of the draw. These Geo teams are starting to snipe getting really lucky against these Sith triumvirates. Tried to take a nest against the Geos, and that didn't work. And again, by definition, Mace did beat a Geos team. But Mace, unfortunately, even though he's probably one of the best fighters, having one of the best abilities as a Jedi, that in his current state is not what wins the game. Sorry, Ram Bam.
So we're on to Jake Johnson from Texas. We have 2 Jakes. One's an American, but we won't hold that against him. Round 1, full clear with only 1 loss, so very solid start to the week. But in round 2, he suffered some heavy banner losses to his opponent this round, who just flawless victoried him, just wiped the floor with him in round 2. So those banner losses will definitely catch up with him towards the end of the season. But round 3, he got the full clear, but he got a little bit cheeky and he lost a battle trying to solo the Empire with HK, and that stopped him from getting a flawless victory. So seen that a couple times now. I think the moral of the story is stop using HK to try and get solo victories. Go with something tried and tested.
He was probably listening to Jake at the British Jake at the same time. So next we've got Zareth, and Zareth did okay this week. He lost. I would be heartbroken if I was Zareth in round 1. He lost by a single banner. It's those losses that really hurt. It's like, seriously, could you not have just screwed up just a little time, just a little bit here and a little bit there? Other than that, he did really good. Had no losses, so it was just unfortunate that just a single banner was all it took.
Indigo had a good one. Had a very good week. Didn't full clear his round 1, but he still got a good solid win. His opponent was a no-show, so one of those pesky auto deploys. Round 2, close win by virtue of less losses, 4 less losses to be precise than his opponent. So a real grudge match in round 2, and round 3 again got the full clear. But unfortunately, he didn't get the win. His opponent dispatched him with a flawless victory, unfortunately.
Dylar had oh, you have Indigo. Oh, no, never mind. I'm looking at your stream. Sorry. Dylar didn't get full clears. He had a couple of losses, and he got a couple of holds. Just looking at how he did this week, you can tell that there were some rough spots here and rough spots there. Round 1, he did win. He had a pretty good lead. He lost with his sisters against GG. But other than that, that was pretty okay. Let's see, where's his defenses? He got oh, it looks like there was not an actual full clear. If we go to round 2, he got wins. I'm just looking at this right now. He got 3 wins without doing the full clears. Round 2, he timed out. He did the same thing that I did.
Mhm.
Taking CLS against a crew team. And yeah, I can reason with that. In round 3, let's see, how did he do? Oh, he did excellent. He could not clear a Galactic Legends Ray, but that was more than enough because his opponent just could not clear. I mean, opponent only got 13, 15, lost to Newt, lost to Padme, lost to Revan. Just an excellent job.
It's the Grand Admiral. Okay, so how did the Grand Admiral do this week? Well, round 1 was not kind. It was not kind. He had a heavy, heavy loss to his opponent, who full cleared him with a flawless victory. But he did bounce back in round 2 with a well fought victory. Didn't get the full clear, but he did get the victory. And round 3, he won with a full clear, but oh my God, did he have one hell of a fight. Absolute mad battle with JKR against a GG team. And in it, I mean, Jolie needed to do 5 revives. Got 5 revives, 2 of which were full squad revives. But sadly, it didn't get him the win. He tried to go in there afterwards with a Nutini bomb, and wasn't having any of that. So he finished them off with the Murder Bears. But interesting week. Didn't get as many banners as he could have, and a lot of losses, unfortunately. So not the best of weeks for the Admiral, but still a good showing.
Next, we're on Klesso, and Klesso did pretty okay. Round 1, he lost his JTR against the Newt team, had to deal with that daggum nest. When you get to his defenses, his opponent also flubbed up a little bit. It actually, you look at it, he didn't flub up, he just didn't do great. Round 2, you look at the scores here, did just as well. Again, didn't lose any battles there. He only lost the 1 battle and got the full clears. You get to round 3 though, and it was a tie. Was this one that we counted as I think we mentioned this in the chat. But he had an exact tie, 1904 to 1904.
Yes, but he took the win.
He got the win?
It showed on the stats as a loss because the draw showed as a loss, but he had a higher GP, so he did technically get the win.
Right, GG counted as the win. Okay.
GP counted as the win, yeah.
Yep. But I mean, hey, take the win, 3-0 and lost only 1 battle. Awesome.
And that brings us to our last competitor, Heinze. Round 1 had a tough round with an opponent who full cleared him with a flawless victory. He didn't get the full clear, but he did get a very respectable banner score in round 1. Round 2 bounced right back with a great full clear and a victory, sustaining only 1 loss. And round 3 got an incredible victory that really showcased his defense. His opponent couldn't beat him and took a total of 23 losses. 23 of those holds were in that round 3. So Heinze clearly was not messing around with his round 3 match. And his defense really, really took care of him.
And that's actually not the last one.
That wasn't the last. No, I made a mistake.
We have Mandalore. Mandalore, wow. 23 losses. But you look at his round 1, his opponent didn't even come to the party. He, a couple of losses. He had lost from a Slacker, had to deal with a GG team. He eventually did clear the Slacker in round 1, which is fine. You get to round 2. And also, mind you, he won all 3 of his rounds with 24 losses. Had to loss to another Hux team, lost to a gas team, couple more Huxes, more gases, negotiator. Newt just destroyed him a lot in round 2. You get to round 3. You get to dealing with a Ray. Had to deal with sisters. Again, the sisters are just always present here. Ray took more battles. Had to deal with Newt. Not Newt. Had to deal with a Dooku team. Took 4 battles. 5 battles actually against a Dooku team. Jeez. Mandalore had a lot of issues. So, but still, the fact that he got fact that he got 3 wins was impressive.
And that brings us onto the table. So let's have a look at the bottom of the Elite Division, because still Division 1, but we're calling it the Elite Division. So the bottom, Ando, Arnold, Solo Base, those not getting them full clears in really hurt those guys.
But when you consider what they're dealing with, it's also not it's not a huge surprise.
No, it's not. And I do genuinely think that, everybody is going to have to deal with this. In the Elite Division, everybody is going to have to deal with this.
I don't even think in the Elite Divisions, because we're starting to see Galactic Legends in Div 3 and lower.
Yeah.
It's crazy when you think about it, but you look at this and the thought behind everything and how we're doing this is that when you look at a long period of time, we're looking at this across a 6-month period. There is no way that the same person is going to have the same issues every single week.
No.
It should average itself out eventually. And that's our hope. And honestly, the stats and the numbers work in that favor.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look at the top, shall we? There's the top. Zareth and Lazy Turtle sitting pretty. Scorch the Hoss coming up the heels. That is an impressive. Look at that. Look at that top. That is a crazy top. That is the top 7 people in the Elite Division separated by 50 banners.
50
banners.
And yes, Rambam has been messaging in the chat. He's like, I wonder where I'm placing. And Rambam is in the top 5. You look at this and it's like, wow, this is crazy. Just the kind of numbers that we're getting. Full clears, having to deal with these Galactic Legends. It's a battle and it's a slog. And so to see these kind of scores, awesome.
It's all going to change. This is just the first week, but it's that time of the show where we interview one of our competitors from the week. So sit back, and after these short messages, we'll go straight into the interview with Mudbum.
Are you a member of Team Paul or Team Neil? Maybe you prefer story time with the llama, or dabble in the buttery side of the force with Biscuit Weasel. Or maybe you like the escape pod talents from down under like Heinzie and Scotty. No matter who you support, you can get one of my designs from the Escape Podcast merch store. Just go to escapepodcastaways.com, click on the merch link, and it will take you to the TeePublic site where you can support me, Mrs. Anthony, also known as Critty K. Also be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast's Discord server weekly to vote for my latest shirts in the Design Derby on Woot. Links for both of these are down below. Thank you for supporting the Escape Podcast.
Does your guild want to tap into their full potential in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Yeah! For as low as $1 a month per guild member, your guild can unleash the power of the game in ways you never thought possible. Ooh. Track your arena movements, guild progression, and much more. Contact Shitty Bill and get one of his shitty bots on your server today. Just look for him on our Discord server and tag or message him for more information. The link for our server is below in the description. Shitty bots, don't let the name fool you.
SWGOH.GG is your one-stop site for the raw data behind the game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. From complete gear lists to intuitive stats behind all of your favorite holotable heroes. SWGOH.GG has it all. With a .GG account, you can get a complete view of your own roster, see how you match up against other players, and even check out the history of your own Grand Arena Championship matches. You can also see what your opponent used on you to give you a better understanding of counters and team compositions to improve your gameplay. Did you know that they also have some great Patreon features as well? Ad-free browsing of their site, guild information, and manual information requests are included in their 3 levels of Patreon support. Check out the site for more details. That's SWGOH.GG. Unleash your holotable potential today.
And welcome into our very first interview of GACenter, and kind of had to get somebody big in, so we had to get someone from Div 1 in, but not just somebody from not just someone from Div 1, not just anybody from Div 1. We had to bring in someone from the Chain Gang, didn't we? Because, you know, if you ain't going to show favoritism to your buddies, what's the point in having a show? Anyway, so we've got some questions for you. It's all about the GAC, nothing but the GAC.
First, Neil, you didn't even introduce him. And this is
Wait,
why you're not good at the introductions.
This is why I suck at introductions. So I'm going to hand it over to you, and you can save the interview. See, this is why Paul does the intros, because I suck at doing intros.
Neil, this is your cue to let me handle it.
Okay, go.
Guys, we were super excited to have Mudbum, again, one of the Chain Gang members, Div 1 player, and a owner of Galactic Legends, Ray. If you go and see his Twitch streams, there's a reason I call him Bum Bum. And many other iterations of Bum. And there's some things that you just don't want to jump into a stream midway through unexpecting. And we will save that surprise for your own stream, Mudbum. But anyways, thank you for joining us, and thank you for being the first of the official episodes of GACenter.
Yo, thanks for having me, guys. It's an honor to be here. I'm so glad you guys asked me to be part. The Chain Gang has been amazing, and if I can share any of my thoughts and experiences with people and touch more lives with my knowledge of SWGOH, or even just fans of those things that are bums, that's great.
You and your bums.
I don't even know how it started out as a mockery, and now it's like my whole mantra. I don't even understand.
I've been watching your streams, and we've chatted for so long for that. I just don't understand where it started from, and we just run with it. Anyways,
I can give an explanation later.
Particularly speaking, I know that your last round of GAC this week had an amazing turnout in terms of you compared to what you saw, you did much better than what you thought it was going to be.
Yes.
But we're going to get to that just in a second. Let's start with the first question. Overall, how was week 1 of 5v5s? I know that everyone thought that 3v3 lasted for an eternity and a half, and considering how 2020 is going, we didn't know if it was going to end quickly or bleed out like I don't know. Yeah. But how was week 1?
Yeah, to touch on that, a lot of people I think are kind of feeling this like pent up stress, and they're just like they're letting out in so many ways, and everybody's getting angry at this, that, and everyone, like Arnold had his like scandal, everybody's like Arnold, and then like Galactic Legends came in 3v3, and people are just so mad. And honestly, I got to tell you, 5v5 feels like a breath of fresh air right now. It's great to have that game mode back. Galactic Legends mean a lot less in this game mode, which is absolutely huge. Just the stress that 3v3 put on me with Galactic Legends, it just got me so annoyed, and I ranted about it so many times on the stream.
Not to mention more battles, a whole lot more battles than 3v3 had to deal with.
More battles.
God.
I think that's the one thing that's the one thing that everybody instantly notices coming back to 5v5. It's like half the amount. It's half the amount of battles. It's so you're not having to mess around with multiple defenses, not having to mess around with multiple offenses. So yeah. So how did round 1 kick off for you then, mate?
It actually kicked off really well. I'm sitting at number 11 in the world right now for Division 1, so I've had some very good success with my battles thus far. I'm quite happy. I usually try to start off every Grand Arena with going for first in D1 in the world. That's always my goal. And if something happens and I'm like, okay, well, we can use this opportunity to learn. So I've really been hunkering down, and every match is look at the opponent's roster, figure out what they got, what are their strong points, and then try and counter it. But I do have to add, one thing I do not do, which a lot of people do, is they look at people's SWGOH.gg profiles and look at the GAC match history, and then they use that to base their strategy. I don't do that. And the reason I don't do that is because I think it takes a lot of fun out of GAC, in my opinion. It totally removes the surprise, because one of the great things about GAC is strategizing around what you think they might put. And if you just see someone who's got the same exact history, then it's not fun anymore. You know exactly what they're going to put, and you can tailor exactly what you want to it. And sure, you'll win, but I always like being the guy that just likes to actually think for myself about like, okay, what would I do if I was them? And then use that as like my leverage to.
So first and second rounds, clearly you smashed through. Flair, you brought up your question kind of relates to something that happened during his third round.
Exactly, and that's gonna kind of shape a little bit of this conversation. Mudbum, you had a battle that threw you off, and literally was the deciding. Like, if you didn't win this battle, who knew what was gonna happen?
Yeah.
We'll let you describe it.
Let me set the stage for you a little bit, because some of this involves like a mud bum dumb bum moment right here where I put my Galactic Legend Ray on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Great. She's super hard to beat. Fine. But I put her in the top sector. And if you're familiar with the top sector, the sector behind it is the ships. And the ships sector is only worth 153 points if you clear it. The ground sector, the bottom ground sector, though, in the back is worth 180 points.
Mm-hmm.
So putting Ray on the top to protect ships was actually worse. And what did that end up meaning is when I saw my opponent's defense, I knew I had to full clear him or I lost, because he was going to clear my entire bottom sector. And if I cleared his entire top sector, he wins.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what's sitting in his bottom sector? He had an ultimate Galactic Legend Ray. Totally expected that, but it was not the leader. It was a General Anakin Skywalker with a Relic 7 Rex, a Relic 7 5s, and a Relic 7 Echo with Ultimate Ray sitting on it. And I just went, oh no, this is not the team that I was supposed to fight.
So you were prepared. You were prepared to battle a Ray-led team. You were not expecting a gas-led team with Ray thrown in there.
No, I was not expecting a gas lead right there. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Gas is going to get all this protection. I'm not even going to down gas. Like, I'm so screwed. And just, I had no hopes that I was going to win. I was like, maybe I can 2-tap or 3-tap or 4-tap this team, but it's going to consume like literally all my resources to do so. And just, oh my, zero expectations.
How many did it take them?
One.
Just the one. See, there you go.
Just one battle. I beat it in one battle.
You didn't have to go to the kitchen sink.
It was
a
squeaky clean battle too, relatively speaking.
Yeah, I actually just brought in my own General Anakin Skywalker. No Ray. But here's the key thing. Here's what I think made the battle winnable for me. Arc Trooper. Literally just Arc Trooper. And the reason Arc Trooper is so crucial is because General Anakin Skywalker is tanky. He is so tanky. This dude does not want to go down. Arc Trooper says, you know what? I don't care how tanky you are, what your defense is. I got true damage. And his turret was the only reason I won. I had to really... luckily my Rex was faster, but I really had to think about when I needed to place my turret and on who. Because that true damage had to be capitalized on at the right time. So I had to play around Rey's ultimate. I had to play around her lifeblood transfer. I had to play around all these different mechanics that were going along. And thankfully, I ended up toppling the gas and then killing the 5s with a Rexolate on the first go-round. And the other lucky part that happened to me was Rey ended up using a saber throw, which I didn't think was going to happen. I thought she was actually going to get to her ult before she even threw her saber. But she used her saber throw on gas to topple him. And then she popped her ult while he was toppled. But I was able to, so when she pops her ult, if you're familiar, she puts her swords like this and she protects her whole team and they can't do any damage. And she has to wait and take another turn with reduced speed. But what ended up happening is during that time, gas stood back up. So now he's protecting all the clones again. And thankfully, Rey used her ult and basically just retoppled gas, and all the clones were like, ha, like, that did nothing to me. So then they just went back to town and were able to wipe the squad. And I think I finished with only 5s sacrificing, and then the rest of the General Anakin Skywalker crew doing totally.
So you got a decent banner score as well then?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I think it was like a 52-ish.
You hit the 50s. It wasn't a 40s.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a 40. It was a pretty good banner score. Way better than I expected. Considering I thought I was going to lose.
Literally after that, because it was you cleared the rest of the wall, and it was just like, breath of fresh air. This is
Oh.
like you're done with the awful
Gosh.
part of the battle.
Yeah, I was screaming and shouting. I went into this whole Grand Arena being like, I'm about to lose this again. Round
Mhm.
1, I'm about to lose a Grand Arena battle, and then winning that was just like, I can win this. Hold on, like wait, I gotta like start shuffling around what I'm gonna do. I need to figure out how I'm gonna beat these teams because
Mhm.
I was just like, I'm not even gonna worry about these teams. I gotta kill this, and then
Mhm.
it just happened, and so I managed to do well, and my opponent tripped up on my Night Sisters. It was just like GG, like you got me. So
So was your opponent actually was he able to full clear you as well, or was he stuck behind your Ray?
this is the funny part. One of the funny parts, I guess. He beat my Ray in one shot, and he beat GG and a Newt team one shot.
Mhm.
He used his Geos to try and take out my Asajj-led Night Sisters and failed. And he just stopped. He just didn't finish. He didn't full clear, which
Okay.
to me, dumbest decision you can ever do. All right. If you full clear me, you get 300,000 extra credits for free. My score was not great. It was only a 1919. My buddy literally got a 1924 with a 2-tap on another team. He easily could have beat me if he was efficient.
Mhm.
So to me, I was like, why was that the end? And I was just like, I'm not gonna ask him. I'm just gonna let him lose and then be like, whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I actually couldn't have even let him know because when I woke up this morning, he'd already like said his things in chat and left chat, and I was like, okay, well, I was like, I just woke up. I don't know what you want me to say.
He's probably like, there's no way he full cleared me.
Yeah, pretty much. He was. The good thing is I was set to my Twitch info, so he watched the video and knew it was legit. But he's just like, "Are you kidding? Like you beat that?" He was trying not to show he was mad, but you knew he was like, how did he do
We're gonna
that?
have to wind this down now, but we are gonna be playing you out with that battle that you had against Gas with the Galactic Legend Ray. So everybody gets to see just how much fun you had when you got that victory. But just before we
Absolutely.
play you out to that, let everybody know where they can find you. What's your how they can find you on your channel.
Where they can find you and what you're doing.
Sure. I mostly stream on Twitch, so if you guys want to just go to twitch.tv/mudbum, that's 2 D's, so MUDD bum. That's where I am. Toss a follow if you want to get alerts. Otherwise, you could look for Mudbum on Twitter. I'm most active on Twitch, though. That's where you'll find me, and I stream all my Grand Arena battles. And if you are associated with the Chain Gang in any way, you can't miss me. I'll be there.
Kind of bumming around everywhere.
Just bumming around. That's me.
But all right, Mudbum, it has been a pleasure to talk to you, especially seeing your reaction from that battle and everything that came out of that, and getting the win. It was worth it. So,
that was insane. Thank you guys
like
so
Neil
much.
Said, we have a clip to show, and that's gonna do us for the interview. Thank you again, Mudbum.
Thank you guys so much for having me. Pleasure to be here. Gas. I'm actually going to put the turret on Rex here because he's going to get the next turn right after Ray uses her ultimate, so he'll be able to do a little bit extra turret damage here. That's fine. That's totally fine. We're going to do this because ideally here, we get to Rexolate someone. All right, we're going to take out Rex. He's gone. And then we're going to try this. Okay, he's dead. So now it's just Gas versus the clones. Oh, man. All right, we might be able to kill here. We're going to put this on Echo. Okay! This is looking okay. Hang in there, clones.
If she can't heal up, then you do survive an ult.
Get that turn meter going. Come on. Oh, I think we got this. We got this. Are you kidding me? Let's go! Let's go, baby. All right, that was actually huge.
And welcome back to the show. This is the part where we do our final thoughts and our acknowledgements. So I hope everybody enjoyed the show. I know I did. Did you enjoy our first real show?
Absolutely. I mean, just looking at just seeing the way that chat's been liking how everything has been going, it's been super awesome. Like I said at the top of the show, guys, we wait until the end to publicly acknowledge bits, cheers in general, follows, subscriptions, anything like that. So we'll go through the list of new follows within the beginning of the show. We have the following: Rosanero 7847 with the follow, Ram Bam with a follow. Wasn't he already following? Whatever.
He
Below
probably
Gunman,
unfollowed just to get his name in there.
I swear. Dr. Feelgood with 500 bits. End All Be All, Clash Swugga, and then Ramby with 15 bits just a couple of minutes ago. So guys, thank you all so much for the support that you all have given us. And hopefully this is something that the people are really enjoying.
I really, really do hope that this picks up. I'm very, very, very excited to see how the season goes. Obviously, it's going to be 24 weeks. It's going to be a long season.
Yeah, it is.
But I'm liking the way that some of the tables are already looking, because they do. Some of these, the top of the elite division, the top 6 is separated by 50 banners. I mean, that's ridiculously close. So yeah, I can imagine some toing and froing going there. And to the people that are in the bottoms of all of the tables, this is just the first week, and you're only in the bottom by virtue of maybe 1 or 2 rounds where you didn't fall clear. That's not going to happen to every competitor every week, and in fact, some of the people that are at the top are going to find themselves in maybe not in the bottom, but they're going to find themselves having weeks where they get that door slammed in their face by a team that just totally screws them over. And anything that stops people from getting a full clear, it's going to be problematic.
Yep. And we see Paul Anthony is doing the fist pump for being in 6th place. If we know Paul Anthony's track record, that's probably not going to last.
Question from Mudbum and Lazy Turtle. Like, Mudbum, what do you got to do? It's I think it's about 5.8 million GP. What we did was we took everybody in Div 1, 31 competitors that are all in Division 1, and we found the account that was in the middle for GP, and it naturally split around about 4.5 to about 5.8. And then everybody upwards got put into the elite division, and that's what defines the each division. The regular divisions are defined as per the game, Lazy Turtle. So
but again, it was the problem of the fact that CG has been kind of lazy and decided to not break up Division 1. Even though with the huge GP range we have, there's no excuse for not having a different division. So that's why we had to look at so we look at how much GP there was and cut it down the middle. So hopefully they will eventually split up Division 1, and if that happens, we'll come back to it when we do the next season of the show. Probably we'll have some changes, and this show will change and evolve as we go. It's not going to be, there's some stuff that will obviously improve as we go. I know we kind of went a little over on a couple of sections tonight. I will attest to that. But honestly, this is a good first night of official stats.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to the weeks and the months that we're going to be putting together. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who finishes at the top of all those divisions at the end of the 6-month season.
And other than that, again, just want a big thanks to Mudbump for showing up tonight, showing up for the interview. We actually have a little bit of a longer interview with him. He has the footage, so I think he might upload that. It's an additional.
I'll be sending the full interview to Mudbump for him to put up on his channel, because the interview that you saw was shortened down to just include the discussion regarding GAC, but there was a brief discussion regarding Vader that I'm sure you would like to get his take on. So I'll send the full unedited interview to Mudbum, and he will put that up on his channel.
And you can see just what he thinks, his bum thoughts on Vader. But yeah, guys, again, thank you all so much for joining us. Neil, any other thoughts?
No, I'm good. I'm buzzing that we've got to the end of the show and we didn't have them any major issues.
Not yet. Not yet. Cross fingers. The RNG gods may not be in your favor after this, especially with your GACs.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Biscuit Weasel, I'm coming for you.
All right, guys. With that being said, Neil, can I say it?
Yeah, you can say it, mate.
I like saying this. Neil, push the button.
You got it, mate. Ta-ta for now, folks.
See you guys.